Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. It is your girl Just B. As y'all can hear, I was definitely listening to SZA doing this video, and I usually have like some sort of background track or some sort of background music. However, today's been a little bit of a rough day because my dad is kind of going through some health stuff, and so he lives about 16 hours away, I believe, or something close to that. And so it's hard when you're the long distance daughter and making sure he's okay and being scared yourself, but also trying to reassure your other siblings and like, yeah, dad's gonna be fine. And you're hoping what you're saying to be true, but you have to now be the strong one. It's very different coming from this perspective, especially because I am the crybaby. I am the crier of the family. I am the one that's like, oh Lord, ain't nobody told me nothing. So I was stressed out a little bit just sitting in the bed, especially, the snowstorm, being snowed in. And my dad, it's just so much stuff was happening today. And one thing that I remember is over the past weekend when I was able to attend the vision board event that I will be posting for you all, I learned something very valuable, which is even when you don't see the stars, they're still shining. Even when you feel like you don't see God or you don't feel God, God is always there. He's always covering you. So I kind of got out of the bed after that. After, crying, because let's be real, I cried. It's my dad. I'm a daddy's girl. Got out of the bed and I said, you know what? I'm going to push forward to sort of distract myself, because at this point, there's nothing I can do about it. That, it's in God's hands. I prayed on it. I prayed about it. And I turned it over to God. And so I just needed a little bit of something to kind of distract me. I was listening to Beyonce's song Daddy, but child, that had me bawling. So I had to switch over to SZA and kind of, start singing about love and being confused and lost in a world but needing acceptance. Yes. This has been a crazy day, but nonetheless, I wanted to go ahead and give y'all some Valentine press-ons before February, because content matters. I will be pushing out nothing but Valentine themed nails from now until February 14th, probably into the end of February, simply because it is the season of love. That's also another thing that really and truly just has me with the understanding that God has my dad covered and he will be okay, is because he's covered in love. He's covered in the love of Jesus. He's covered by the blood of Jesus. He's covered from the love of his family, his friends. He's covered in the love of my stepmom, who preceded in death before him. However, she's watching down on him, and she knows that my brothers need him here on earth. So I think this is just a wake-up call for everybody to, as we get older. I'm about to be 33. We don't think of the thought of our parents not being here. At least I didn't, because I feel like both of my parents are superheroes. They will always be around, but growing up, you hit the reality of them getting sick, them needing to, maintain their health. I told my younger brother earlier today, we look at our bodies like we look at our automobiles. Sometimes you just have to go in for a checkup. You need an oil change, baby. You need a tune-up. And so that's how I'm trying to see this situation. I know my dad is going to come out strong. He's going to come out healthy, and I'm going to surprise him, but I'm not going to tell y'all what it is, because I'm not sure if my dad watches my content. I'm not sure if it ever comes to his phone, but if it does, I don't want to ruin the surprise beforehand. So again, this was simply me just doing some Valentine's love themed nails to brighten my spirits and kind of get me out of my funk, because y'all, I'm a daddy's girl through and through. I love my dad so much. Like, from the times I can remember, my dad has always been there. Whether we talking one day or we not talking the next, he has always been there. So getting older myself and realizing that, like, oh my God, that means him and my mom are getting older, it really is an emotional shock, because I don't want to have to think of the world without either one of them in it, but part of the life cycle is, death. And that is something that we really and truly don't talk about, but we need to start talking about more so it can help you betterly prepare. I'm not saying that my dad's going anywhere, because I know he's not. It's just the thought of like, whoa, waking up to people calling and texting you saying, call me, especially when it's people that you don't talk to often. And so just really being grateful for my baby cousin Kaylee, who is literally like my boots on the ground. She's younger than me, but when I tell you, anytime my dad has a cough, a sniffle, a scratch in his throat, that is the first person who calls my phone and who's like, hey. And so I told her in 2025, I want to make it a point to moving forward, us not just talk when, family is in trouble. I really want to talk to them every day, all day. I want to start calling each other, making trips, making memories and things like that, especially because now we have kids of our own. So growing up is not for the weak, honey. It's just really not. You could have never prepared me for half of what I've been through in life. However, I realized that my personal journey with God and just working on myself internally has truly manifested itself into other aspects of my life. And so what I think I'm not prepared for, I'm showing myself, like my body is showing me that, like, yeah, girl, we got this. And so that's honestly all that matters. So these beautiful press-ons are by a company called Begavet, Begavet. I got them off of Shein.com. If you click the link in the description box, it will take you to my affiliate login code where you can definitely save 10%. But they do amazing acrylic press-on nails for less than $10. I do know that everyone swears by the Loveful nails, but I'm sorry, if I'm gonna pay $29.99, $39.99, $59.99 for a full set of fake nails, and yes, I get that they're reusable, but realistically, I do not reuse my press-on nails. I throw them away. Nails hold bacteria, they hold dirt, they hold germs. After the 2 weeks of wearing them, I don't shave them and file. I discard them because funguses and bacteria grow, and nobody's trying to get the greenies or get a nail bed infection because you were trying to be frugal and save. So that's just what I do. I swear by throwing them away, because why are you keeping used nails? You wouldn't keep used fingernails any other time, so why would you do this now? But that's just my theory. So as you've seen in all my other videos, it's a quick step. I use rubbing alcohol pads, I use my nail bonding glue, and then I have the press-ons, and I have a simple nail buff and a nail file. That is literally my process. And then in the end, I just go over my cuticles with my rose scented nail cuticle oil. It has been beneficial in maintaining the nail health of my natural nails while I have these acrylics on. These are in the styles duckies or duck nails, as the girlies call them. These are my favorite nails simply because I love a short square nail that flares. It provides the correct amount of flare. It gives me that 90s vibe aesthetic, but with a classic twist to it, if that makes sense. And so these were really fun. They were really blingy. They represented love. I loved all the little hearts and kisses on them. This was a really fun set. And after recording this video and honestly doing the voiceover, my heart feels a lot better. My tears were dried up. My soul feels full, and like I said, I know my dad's gonna be okay. It's just about, taking care of your parents now that you're getting older. So I see that's what God has been calling me to do, and so that's what I'm going to do. My mom also suffers with health ailments and things like that, and I realize that their generation does not like to talk about, their sicknesses and things like that. But I never wanted to be a case where they left something unsaid to me because they were scared, they were embarrassed, or they were worried how I would receive the information. So from 2025 on forward, it's my journey of taking care of my parents and my grandparents that are still here, because I need them here as long as God will allow me to borrow them. Whenever God is ready to call them home, he will. But in the meantime, I'm going to ensure that I do my part down here so that he sees that they're actually well taken care of, etc. So again, this was a fun little set. It cheered me up. I felt so much better after listening to some music and just doing a little bit of self-care. And then they were cute, so it made it go by relatively quickly. I absolutely love how they turned out. As you guys know, what we do to one hand, we do to the other. And unfortunately, the camera cut out, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.
Friendship, oh friendship, let's make our colors blend. In the silence of the night, or the chaos of the day, you're the one I turn to in every single